You guys, I have lost 30 pounds, and here are a few things that really helped me to lose that weight. Pretty much, you look at the goal that you have, and then you assess, like, what are the steps that I need to take in order for this goal to be true? So, in order for me to lose the 30 pounds, I needed to track my calories, track my protein intake, make sure I'm moving my body. It's not about mastering every single step every single day, it's about doing something. We don't skip. So, even if I don't get my 10,000 steps, I'm still walking and I'm getting, maybe I got 5 or 6,000 steps, but I didn't skip the part where it's like I'm trying to get some steps. So the first thing that helped me was to track the daily actions that it would take to get to the goal instead of just hyper focusing on the goals. Did I hit my protein goal? Did I track my food? Tracking my food is a win. Did I get my 10K steps in? And if I did those things, that is a win. So every single day I'm getting wins. And every time I'm getting the win towards my goal, I'm building momentum. It's giving me energy and excitement to continue on, even when I don't feel like it, because I know that if I keep taking these actions, I'm going to eventually hit my goal. Another thing that helped me lose 30 pounds is that I focused on doing things I enjoy. What type of movement do I actually enjoy? Because if I'm trying to force myself to do something I don't enjoy, like go to a spin class, it's just not my thing. It would make it harder for me to achieve that daily goal of working out. And so you want to make the daily actions something that you enjoy. So like even down to the type of food I eat, I make sure that I'm eating foods that I actually enjoy instead of just like trying to force myself to eat eggs, which I did for a long time. I was like eating eggs every morning and gagging as I'm eating it because I just don't enjoy it. And then I thought, why am I forcing myself to eat eggs? There's so many other ways to eat protein. So try as much as you can on your path, on your journey to your goal, to make the actions that you have to take, make them things that you actually enjoy. So I run. I love to run. I lift weights. I love to lift weights. I don't eat eggs anymore. I replaced my breakfast with a protein shake, peanut butter and banana, which I love. I used to always say I hate breakfast. Now I actually enjoy it because it's something that I like. So what are the things that you enjoy that are also in alignment with the goal that you have? The next thing that helped me to lose 30 pounds was make it easy to achieve your daily actions and make it hard for you not to. I don't buy a ton of junk food that sits in my house. I can down a chocolate cake. I'm not going to buy a chocolate cake and store it in my fridge so that I have it throughout the week and then say, I'm going to practice self discipline. It's like, no, I know myself around it. So I'm just not going to put myself in the environment. I'm not going to make it easy for me to go off course. So what I buy from my sweet tooth is thin coated, no sugar added, dark chocolate covered almonds. And I'll have a few of those a day. So I still get my sweets in. I'm just not devouring a whole chocolate cake every other day. So make it easy for you to achieve your daily tasks that will help you achieve your goal and make it hard for you not to. Another thing that I stopped doing was drinking. I do not drink nearly as much as I used to. What really helped me was focusing on how it made me feel and the outcome of drinking. It sets me back days because you have a drink and then you still like days after can feel the impact. Foggy brain. I'm just not happy with myself because when I drink, I eat more. I'm not clocking the things that I'm doing. My mind's not as clear, right? So I'm eating more, drinking more. Those are empty calories. Two, drinking was making it harder for me to achieve my goals, not easier. And I know some people can't just go cold turkey like this. What I would recommend, which is something that's helped me, is like substitute it. So if you like to have a drink at night, what I do is I'll have a Coke Zero. So replace that habit. Maybe you have 2 glasses of wine and now you're only going to have one and you're going to have a Coke Zero. Okay. So it's not saying like you have to strip everything away. You have to go cold turkey like I did, but you can also decrease the amount. Instead of buying a pack of cookies, you just buy an individually wrapped cookie so that you are making it easy for you to achieve your goal because you're cutting back. That leads me into my next thing, which is do one thing at a time. Don't be like, I'm going to start a weight loss journey and I'm going to do a ton of things. I'm going to join a new gym, join a new workout program, cut out all carbs and, up my protein intake and also measure all of these stats daily. And I'm going to do that for 5 days realistically. And then I'm going to burn out. And I'm going to be like, this is too much. I cannot keep track of this. Your nervous system needs to ease into things. And if you put too much new on yourself, your brain's going to register that as not safe, and it's going to try to protect you, which means it's going to try to get a sense of safety, which that sense of safe is normal, and that means it's going to collapse back into your old patterns. So back into the overeating, back into all the habits that you're trying to change. So you don't want to overwhelm your nervous system with so much new at once. What I've done is just do one thing at a time and practice it and let yourself fail. Let yourself suck at it. Judging yourself is only going to keep you sucky longer. It's going to keep you stuck in the suck. When you notice it, just love on it and say, you're doing your job. I know it. You want me to be great. You want me to achieve this goal. And that's why you're being super critical and judgmental right now, brain. But it's not actually helpful. I'm human. I'm not going to get it right. And I'm going to love myself through this. So soften judgment with compassion and understanding. You're going to get it wrong. It's going to take time. It may take longer than you think. And as long as you're loving yourself through that, treating yourself kindly, you're going to get back on the horse. If you fall off, you're going to get back on and you're going to keep it pushing. This is how we build resilience. Trust that the results are going to come and focus on how can you make the daily actions that you need to do to achieve the results that you want fun and enjoyable. And the next thing that helped me to lose the 30 pounds is I put myself in environments that made it easy for me to achieve the goal. So a lot of this is about making it easy, setting up systems and setting up your life in a way that it's easier for you to achieve the goal. So putting myself in workout classes where I'm surrounded with people who are also doing the thing and identifying with the person that I am identifying with, my future self. So if my future self is someone who moves her body regularly, I'm going to get around environments with people who are moving their bodies regularly. So I joined a yoga studio. I joined the High Rocks gym that I'm at. And this also goes into my next point, which helped me lose the weight, which is signing up for a goal event that it's going to make it really uncomfortable for you to stay where you are. So for me, that was signing up for High Rocks. For you, if you're like, I want to start a business, maybe you sign up for a mastermind there's a timed frame where you're in that program and it's high visibility. So you're actually meeting with the people. They're seeing you. Your goals are visible to them. They know what you want, what you want to create, where you are and where you want to be. And together, you guys are moving towards that goal because it's accountability. Like you're not hiding. It's easy to not achieve your goals in isolation. But when you surround yourself with people, that helps hold you accountable. For me, I signed up for the High Rocks race. I want to be less fluffy at the High Rocks race. So that keeps me motivated and keeps me going even when I don't feel like it. Because all the people know already I'm doing this race. By December 14th, I want to be less fluffy. I want to be lighter. I want to be stronger because I want to be someone in that race that is proud of herself. I want the people that I invited to come watch me at the race to feel proud of me. So I'm going to stay on track with my goals. So sign up for something that makes you stay accountable, something that you put public. Okay. Then the next thing that really helped me to lose the 30 pounds, which is something I've been practicing for a couple years, is focusing on my internal experience with the things that I'm doing. So if I am eating sweets, I'm noticing how I feel after I eat the sweets. How does the food make me feel? How does not working out make me feel? And then I rest in that discomfort. I'm noticing I'm nauseous. I'm noticing that if I drank the night before and I had to wake up for a workout, I'm irritable. Like the thing that I enjoy, I no longer am enjoying because my body, it's not operating at its highest level because I'm still groggy from the drink I chose to have last night. And so when I focus on the way that things make me feel, then it makes it easier for me to say no to the things that are hurting me, because what ends up happening is I'm consuming things that are pleasurable for a moment. And that pleasure is instant because when I eat a piece of chocolate cake, it's instant. It feels good on my tongue. But once it goes into my body, it no longer is feeling good. So I want to focus on the feelings after I do the thing that is making it harder for me to achieve my goals. When I was eating really bad, I was like, I need to take a nap in the afternoon. And when I changed my diet, I no longer feel the afternoon slumps. Every day between 12 and 2, I was fighting to stay awake at my desk. Like I can't stay awake. And I realized, oh, it's because of the way I'm eating. Well, I noticed every time I ate empty carbs or sugar, I would feel like an afternoon slump. And so what did I do? I replaced the sugary coffees that you get from coffee shops. I would do sugar free, I would do half sweet, or I would drink Truvia versus the creamers with lots of sugar. So just that goes back to replacing the things with a little bit healthier options. And those are simple things that we can do. So focus on the way that it makes you feel. This makes me think about like toxic relationships too. We tell ourselves that it's better than it is only because we're focused on the good more than we are the way that it's impacting us. We're using that good as evidence that the bad is not that big of a deal. So focusing on the feelings is really focusing on the bad feelings and in the discomfort of the negative ways that it makes us feel. And I'm not talking about shaming or judging yourself, saying like you're a failure, you can never do it. That's shame and judgment. Okay. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the discomfort in your body, the somatic experiencing, the sensations that you're having. And if you don't know words to put to it, Google somatic sensations and you should be able to pull up a list and help you put language to what you're experiencing. So after you eat the cookie, when you start to notice you're judging yourself, because usually that's what we notice first is like shame and judgment. Love on that shame and judgment. Let them know, I know you're doing your job. And then sit with what's under that shame and judgment, the discomfort and the disappointment with the fact that you just did it. Like, how is that making you feel in your body? It doesn't make you feel proud of yourself, does it? It doesn't make you have more energy, does it? And just notice it's really impacting me. What's it impacting me right now? Oh, it's impacting the way that I show up right now. Like I normally would have my coffee, but I have a stomach ache because of what I ate and drank the night before. And I don't like how this feels. It's throwing off my whole morning. And now I have to eat heavy carbs. So just notice the feelings and the ways that the things that you do that hurt your chances of achieving your goals, the things that keep you small and stuck in the same old patterns. Notice the impact that it's having on your life. Okay. This is what is told to people in toxic relationships because they make the good big. Marshall, I forgot his last name. He calls it sobriety. He's like, get sober, which means get real about the impact that the toxic behaviors are having on you and in your life, about where in your life are you being limited and are you being impacted by this toxic behavior. And we can, for the sake of this podcast, replace toxic behavior with behavior that is sabotaging, limiting, or that is keeping you from achieving your goals. The thing that you feel like you can't stop doing, that you keep doing, get real about the impact that it's having on you. How is it inhibiting you? What does that feel like in your body? And notice that and sit with that and spend time with that and be really sober about it. Because the more you do that, without the shame and judgment, the more your body is going to register that action as not safe. Because right now, your body is registering those same old habits that you have that you've been doing for years as safe, because safe equals familiar. Okay. The only time that we're going to change is when not having the thing that we want is more painful than the comfort that we're experiencing. Even though it's uncomfortable, even though it's keeping us from achieving the goal that we say that we truly want, your brain and your body's working against you because it's like, no, this is safe. That over there, that's not good. It's going to make me stop doing what's familiar. And so you have to make what's familiar get really sober and clear about how it's not safe to your brain, which is you noticing the discomfort and the reality of the impact that it's having on your life, allowing yourself to sit in that over and over again as you feel it and as you sense it. And then eventually you'll get to the point where you'll notice yourself without trying to effort as much, like, oh, it's no longer this urge and need to resist the urge. It's more so like, ooh, I don't want that because I don't like how that makes me feel. This is probably one of the biggest things that helped with me losing the 30 pounds, the after effects of healing. So when you heal and learn emotional regulation skills and take full ownership of your life, the emotional eating stops, the emotional drinking stops, because that's really what it was for me. As I've done the healing work, I don't need those things to soothe me anymore because I soothe me. Like I got me and I know I'm going to be okay. And I take the time to notice what's happening within me instead of rushing to numb it out with something else. Okay. And I don't always do this perfectly, but this part is huge combined with all of the other things that I told you. And these are practices. These are not things that I just was like one day, hey, I'm going to do this and this is perfect. No, this is a journey. And the most important thing I can say to you, if this feels like a lot to you, is to learn to be kind to yourself. Like throughout all the things that you're doing on your journey to reach whatever goal you have, kindness to yourself is one of the biggest things that you can do because it's what keeps you resilient. You're going to fail. It's inevitable. We're human. We're not always going to meet the mark. But if I can be kind to myself, I'm gonna bounce back a lot quicker. I looked back over my life and I thought, there's so many years where I spent so much energy and so much time judging myself, doubting myself like something was wrong with me, and shaming myself simply for being human. Now, as I'm getting older and I'm working with more people and I'm having more life experiences and I'm realizing you're not special. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just being human. And actually, everything you're going through, there's nothing new under the sun. Someone else has gone through it or is going through it right now. And if you got in the rooms with other people who are on a similar journey, you would learn that quicker. And so therefore, you would spend less time in judgment and shame. I spent so much time trying to discern, like, what's wrong with me? Why do I feel this way? And then beating myself up for failing. If I can learn to be kind to myself, to love myself, and to understand that I'm a human having a human experience, and there's nothing unique or radically different about me, someone else is doing the same thing. And my job is not to put myself in the operating room and pick apart everything that's wrong with me and try to fix it. My job is to like just sit with myself, be kind to myself, love myself, and bring full presence to all of the parts of me, because all of the parts of me are just doing the best that they know to do. And the longer and more often I can sit lovingly with even the most shameful parts of me, the more that I have noticed that the need and the urges to control and to judge and shame myself, those release. And when the judgment and the shame get quiet, your highest, most wise guide becomes present. And you're able to actually continue taking steps in the direction of the person that you want to be. Take action that is self-respecting. So just be kind to yourself. Resilience is the muscle we want to build because failure is inevitable. Falling off the horse is inevitable. But how quickly can you get back on the horse? And the amount of judgment and shame that you choose to put on yourself will determine how quickly you get back on that horse. Because if you're spending more time like judging and shaming yourself, you can't get back on the horse because you're too busy trying to figure out what's wrong with you, judging and shaming yourself versus saying, I'm a human. I'm having a human experience. This was a failure. I learned the lesson. Let me get back on the horse. Okay. I hope this was helpful for you and you were able to transmute it into the thing that you need, the goal that you're having for your life right now. I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Bye.